Hello my dear students, I hope you people are fine. So in this video we shall start with the topic with an implementation of SQL commands. So I hope almost by now you know how to create the table, but still once again we shall have a glance and I'll be showing few more examples on how to create the table so that it would be helpful for both the practicals as well as for the theory concepts. So herein we have the syntax of create table here. Create table are the keywords, okay, then specified by the table name. Now this table name, it can be any of the identifier or the user defined table name, it can be, it's of your wish. But see to that the table name whatever you are choosing, okay, it should be one word. Okay, though if it is a two words also, you need to merge it with the underscore because it's an identifier. The identifier cannot be split words. Say for an example, I can have my table name as electricity bill. To say electricity bill are the two words, but when you mention here as a table name, it should be one name. As how do you join those two different names by the underscore? I could write here as create table electricity underscore bill. Then the SQL will treat that electricity bill as a one word. Understood? So always keep in mind that whenever you mention the table name as well as the column names, they should be an identifier and they cannot have the split words. Understood? So therefore create table name specified by the column, and then further its data type, again column 2 its data type up to column n. This indicates what? You can have the n number of columns. Understood? Then comma, give the constraint. If any constraints have to be applied, specify the constraint name, and then to which column it should be applied you need to specify. So here is an example that I have chosen my table name as to be as employees here. Employees. It can be an employee also. So create table employees and further you can give any of the column name and then you can specify the constraint if it is there. So now let us see the examples here. I have taken here create table employee, okay, then ID number, okay, number is a data type and I have given the size as 10 and I have applied the constraint known as not null. Okay, it's a column level constraint. Then name, specified its data type, whose data type is varchar and 2 of 50. 50 is a size, okay. Then not null, a constraint I have applied. Then age, its data type is integer, not null. Address, character, okay. Salary as number data type I have taken. Then I am specifying the constraint name and I am even specifying on which column this primary key constraint has to be applied. That's an ID. So this is one of the example how do you create a table. Therefore create table leader, these are the keywords, okay. Then we have one other example for suppliers. So create table suppliers followed by its column name, suppliers ID, its data type, okay, suppliers name, and we have the contact name. So this is how you can create the table. But one thing you should remember that these are the identifiers, okay. Then we shall move on to a different example here. Create table employees, okay. Therein we have moved on to the second line. That's what these 2, 3, 4, these are nothing but the line numbers. This is the program executed once, okay. You can go to the second line here as ID int not null, then name we have, age, address and salary, okay, primary key. Salary is having a decimal data type. It can have anything, number, decimal, real, okay. We have again different data types for characters as varchar, okay, character data type we have, fine. Then after that when you type this query, and every query as we know that it should terminate with a semicolon here. Once if it is terminated with a semicolon and when you press enter, then you will be getting the message as table created. Now once you create your table, I need to see the structure of the table. What was the table name and which were the columns I have included. and what are the constraints I have applied and what are the data types if I have given for that particular table. To see the structure of the table, we have a command known as dsec command, or you can also say it away as a describe command. To describe the structure of the table, we are using the dsec command. Then what is the syntax of using the dsec command is dsec followed by its table name. When I mention this dsec, it's followed by its mentioned name. I'm getting all the column names here, ID, name, age, address and salary. Then here constraints, not null constraints have applied. Then I am getting here as a data type. Okay, so that's what is the dsec command. Here one more example I have here which I have executed. Okay, so here we have the table known as electricity bill. This is one of your practical example I am taking here. Create table electricity bill. Look at here, I have not splitted the two words. It's been joined with an underscore. Okay, create table electricity bill with the RR number. RR number is nothing but your meter number. Suppose electricity bill means whenever your electricity bill comes, there you can see you have a unique number, right? That's your meter number. That's nothing but the RR number, and here its data type, it's been given as worker because it can be a combination of both the numbers as well as the alphabets. Then we have the consumer name. Look at the column name. They can also be cannot have two words. That's why they have been joined with the underscore. So column name followed by its data type. Then since I have moved into the second line, this is the line number. It doesn't matter here. Understood? Then we have date billing, then followed by the date as a data type, then unit number. Now once I execute this query, okay, then I am getting an answer as table created. Okay, one thing you should remember that whenever you split the words, for example, you can see the next example here, create table electricity bill, RR number, consumer name. Look here, date, billing, date, comma, unit number. When I execute this query, it gives an error as it is showing. Where is error? Error at line 2, and what it is telling us, invalid identifier. Identifier in the sense what? Column name. Why it is telling an invalid identifier? Because when it looks as a date here, it thinks it may treat this one as a data type, but actually for us date billing is one word. And then again also I have given as a data type. This is a wrong format of writing, right? This is data type, this is a name, and again I am mentioning the data type. This is a wrong format. Therefore it giving an error at line 2. Always see to that the name whatever you are giving, whether it's a table name or the column name, they should be one word. Even if it is two words, join it with the underscore. So this is one of the error you may encounter while creating the table. One more is, as I said, you have to have a unique table number. Already think that already the particular table has already been existing in the database, and if you are using the same name to create the table for the second time, or I don't know how many number of times if you are doing, it will not allow, because in the database we can have the unique names for the table, then only it will accept. So herein I have already created the table here as electricity bill, and I have got the message as table created. Again one more time, okay, unknowingly I am trying to create the table with the same table name here. Then after executing, what I am getting as error here, create table, and asterisk is showing that the error is at this point, create table at this point. So error at line 1 it is, because as per this is line 1, right? Then what it is saying, name is already been used by an existing object. What do you mean by this is, the already name, whatever the table name you are using, it's been already been existing in the database. That's why you have to give a different name. I can give here as create table electricity bill followed by a roll number, or create table electricity bill 1, or create table electricity bill 100, anything, but it should have a unique number, the unique name to the table name. I hope you are able to understand. Then here I have created the table. What if I want to see the structure of the electricity bill table? Then what is this? What command I have to use? Describe command. That is dsec followed by the table name. Here you can see that dsec followed by the table name. Then whatever the column names will come. Since I haven't given any constraint, I don't have any constraint here. Then type in the sense what the data type, what you have given to this particular column. For RR number we had given varchar, for consumer name varchar, date billing date we have given for unit and the number. So one more thing is here in the case of create command is we can also use a create table as statement to create a table from an existing table by copying the existing table's columns. That means what? You can even create the one more table from an already existing table. Now here you can look here. The new table can be populated with the records from the existing table based upon the select command. Now here what I am doing is create table as employee 1. Create table, sorry, this add is as is not there. Create table as employee 1. So this part is not here. Create table as employee 1. Don't consider this. Directly select star from companies where ID is greater than 1000. What I am doing? I am creating the table. I am creating the table as employee 1 I am creating. Then what data I am fetching from? I am fetching the data. I am selecting the data from which table? That is companies. Companies is an already existing table wherein already data is also been inserted. But I am creating a new table known as an employee 1, okay, by selecting certain columns and data from the companies, and I am mentioning the condition also where ID is greater than 1000. So all those records from the companies table will be created in the table known as employee 1. So that means what? We can also create the table, okay, table from one table from an existing table by copying the existing table's columns. That means companies table is already been existing with the values the same with the those same values. I am creating one more table with the help of a command known as create table as employee 1. Then directly select. Please don't consider this as here. As is not here. Understood? Shall we move on to the next topic? That is the alter statement. We shall see how does the alter statement works and when to use the alter statement. See, alter statement is used to modify or change the structure of the table. Suppose already, okay, for a certain column you have already given it as a number as a data type, but you have to give, for that data type you have to give, for that column you have to give as a decimal as the data type. Okay, if you want to change the data type, then you can go for the alter statement. Or if I want to modify a column, if you want to change the column name also, you can go for the alter table. Or if I want to drop any one of the column that you have created, if I want to drop it also, then you can go for the alter statement. Then to add the new columns, okay, to rename the column name or the table name, then also you can go for the alter statements. Okay, so there are many functionalities of using the alter. First one, to modify or change the structure of the table. Secondly, to modify columns, okay, to drop one or more columns, or to add new columns, to rename the column or the table name. I want to go for the alter table. Now let me show the different syntax of alter statement here. The first one is here, this is a syntax to change the data type. Okay, suppose for example, as I was mentioning, for the salary column, if you have already given the data type as a number, but salary, since it is salary, it can be even a decimal number, right? There can be a fractional number. Then I want to change it to the new data type as a decimal. Then what's the syntax I have to follow? Alter table is a keywords. Which table you need to alter? That is, you have to mention the table name. Then you have to use a keyword, that is modify. Modify in the sense what? Change. Then specify that particular column name and specify the new data type and the size. So herein we have an example. I want to alter the table known as employee. So alter table, table name, modify. Which column you want to modify? Salary I want to modify. Then specify the new data type as decimal 10,3. Understood? So this is how to modify, to change the structure of the table you can use the alter command. Next, one more one more syntax of alter table I can show you here. If I want to add certain columns to the existing table, okay, if I want to add the certain columns to the maybe before, while creating the table, only with the 3 columns you have created, okay, but you want to create one more column, you want to add one more column to it. Then how do I write it? Alter table name. Since you are adding the new columns to the table, you have to use a keyword known as add, followed by the new column name, then followed by its data type and size. Okay, here I have an example. In a previous example, as an employee, we have ID number, name we had, isn't it, address we had, then we had the salary. Only these were the columns, but I want to even add the new column as daily allowance. Then alter table. Which table you want to alter, which table you want to add the new columns, may specify that table name, employee. Then add is a keyword. The new column I want to create is the daily allowance, and mention its data type and the size. This is how you can use the alter command to add the new columns to the existing table. Maybe at the time of create table command, you might have created only with the 2 or 3 columns or 5 columns, irrespective of any number of columns. If you want later to add any columns, you can go for the alter command. Now next one, if I want to drop the column, I don't want any one of the column to be there. I don't want address column. To be there in the employee table. I just want its ID, name, okay, and then age, salary. I just want this, and daily allowance I don't want already the address column into that. That in case that time also I can use the alter command only. How the syntax should be: alter table name, drop is a keyword. Drop, then you have to mention the which column you doesn't want. Okay, drop column and then the column name. Here I can show you the example. Okay, 1 second students, I'll show you. Yes, so alter table employee, drop column. What column I have to drop? Address. Understood? So this is how you can even drop the column by using the alter command. Let us move on to the next example of the alter statement. Okay, now if I want to rename the column name, okay, you have given the column name as the different column name, but later you want to change that particular column, like you have given the column name as name, but you have to change that column name to as an employee name. Then how do I write the syntax? First one, the alter table name. Always you have to mention the table name. Rename is a keyword. Rename column is a keyword. Rename column, you have to specify the old column name. To is a keyword again, the new column. Okay, so example you can see so that you can understand here. Alter table employee, rename column, name to employee name. In my previous example, name was a one of the column, right? So here I can show you that a previous example. Previous example of employee. Here we had, right? So we had ID, name we had, age, address, salary. So when I have dropped that particular column, this address column would be dropped, isn't it? Now I want to rename this name only as employee name. Then I can use a keyword, what as rename column I can use a keyword, isn't it? So rename column from old column name to the new column name. So old column name was name to the new column name as employee name. That time you will get an message as an table altered when you execute this particular query. Previous all three also, after executing the alter command, always you will get a statement as table altered. By this you can understand that whatever the corrections you have made, it has been done there. Last one of the syntax of the alter statement is, if I want to rename the table name itself, if I want to change the table name itself, then also we need to use an alter command, that is alter table old name, okay, old table name rename to the new table name. This is quite different, okay. Here you can see the example as alter table the employee rename to KLE's employee. This is my old table name, rename it to the new table name as KLE's employees. When I execute, I'll get a message as table altered. Understood? Then next time whenever you are referring to your table name will be KLE's employee. So here is one of the example. Alter table employee, modify salary. That means what I am doing, I am actually changing the column, this column data type I am changing, isn't it? Salary number 15,2. So for this salary, after executing this, for this salary column, a new data type of number 15,2 will be will be assigned, and then you are getting a message as table altered. So this was all about the alter statement. In my next video with few more examples of alter statements I'll be explaining. Thank you students. Please practice all these commands with an examples for each. Understood? Thank you. Take care of yourself.